the studio, or, which they should, because it's freaking awesome.
Fucking badass. I also want to note this. The first full week of September, when we record that week, will be our 200th straight week of recording podcast. Our 200th straight week of recording podcast.
Wow.
God willing, if we make it.
Whew.
I don't know. That's got who else does what we do for the pay that we do and for everything?
Oh, nobody.
I mean, over 550 episodes. We've cleared that hurdle by a lot now at this point.
Yeah.
200 straight weeks. We have not missed a week. Every major podcast I've ever seen, like there's some podcasts out there that have as many episodes or more than we do, but they do seasons and they take time off. Like they will take weeks off,
Oh yeah.
We don't, and let me tell you, this Cal Ripken streak for me is really starting to wear on me because it's tough. It's becoming a slog. I got to pick it back up, and I know that everybody gets upset when I get a little frustrated that nobody wants to come in and be a guest and be in a studio, but it just makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot more fun for me. Not that hanging out with you isn't fun.
No, but I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes we worry about, are we gonna, because we don't plan
right
much. I mean, you have your notes,
yeah,
which you've done a great job with, but we don't plan a lot ahead of time. Like, oh, we got to talk about this tonight. I never know what you're going to talk about ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what I want to talk about ahead of time.
And that's part of it. That's why we're improv.
Right. So it takes a lot of the pressure off when we have guests, because if we did, by chance, which is probably not ever going to happen, run out of shit to talk about, because how long we've known each other?
Yeah,
close to 30 years.
I'd say close to 30 years. Yeah,
maybe more than that.
Yeah, I'd say 30 guaranteed.
So probably just over 30 years.
Yeah,
because I met you. You were still in high school when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had just graduated, or maybe I was still in school the first time I met you as well. But we there's a little bit of history there that we can talk about. And
I definitely wasn't cooler then.
No,
wait.
No.
Maybe I was. I don't know. No.
Let's just suffice to say you've never been cool.
That's adequate.
Sorry.
I'll allow it.
So, yes. So for the people that have joined
we are live
the
now?
broadcast, we are live here now.
And that was the third time I got crabs.
Yes.
I like lines with no context. Kind of like memes with no context. A lot of times in the group chat, I'll send them, and then Cookie will take it personal, and it's just a meme with no context. Cookie, dude, I love you, man. This wasn't. Oh shit.
Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
We were in stereo for a minute there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wow, Cookie, I love you, dude.
We might not be. Can somebody give us an audio check if you happen to be listening to this? Give us an audio check real quick. Make sure that we have audio.
I see there's an echo in the audio, perhaps. Oh, that was a 3 minutes. Never mind. That was you, and there was an echo.
There was an echo? There is an echo?
There was. Let's see if we've got it. It says we're live now. Hold on. Bear with me, folks.
Okay, Ashley says she can hear us. So we appear to have... We're trying out something totally new here, which is actually very awesome. Not... it's very, very much pro studio-like. So, bear with us. We'll...
really interrupting my
flow. So, Ashley, is our audio good? Or does it sound like it's coming through one of the... So, apparently it sounds weird. So...
Funny like haha?
Try... How is that now? I'm hoping that is better. So we're getting audio reports. So they
So
can hear us.
I missed the Minden City softball tournament, co-ed softball tournament again. We did. It was this past weekend. I was just too busy.
They need to contact me.
Well, the problem also is if they have it that weekend, it's not going to work because we have 3 birthdays we celebrate in the family now. We have one on the 6th, one on the 8th, and one on the 10th. Ooh, excuse me. So it's kind of tough because we have to celebrate all these birthdays because these people got born, you know?
Well, yeah.
And they decided to all do it a couple days apart in August. And
Why do we... I think you should be able to pick the day you celebrate your birthday. And, I mean, I'm pretty happy with mine. It's middle of the summer.
June 21st. I'd pick June 21st.
I could see that.
I'd pick June 21st. Because mine is 2 days after fucking Christmas.
Well, exactly. So you get the shaft.
Oh, big time. With no lube.
Yeah, well, it's probably kind of your speed anyways, but...
Right.
So, yeah, we've got some new stuff here in the studio. We'll come up with a video to show to kind of show off some of the new things we can do here. We have a display up here now that is up over there, but you can't see it. It's next to the Budweiser sign. And
you can see the Budweiser sign.
yeah, but like I can actually bring that on screen now, that display. And well, I'll do that real quick right now so that you can see us, and you can see the Taco Bell dong playing in the background. Just full disclosure. And
Well,
so yeah, there's that.
waiting. Yep. So now we can show video to guests.
Yeah. Now I have to go through and double check everything audio as I'm going through this because the little error that we had was not a huge error, but it would make it sound funny because it was picking up both from our mixer and from the microphone on the camera.
There's a microphone on the camera.
Yeah.
So I've had to stop because, so full disclosure here, with this new system, you can patch in to the cameras remotely from your house. So I used to come into the studio after I took my shower on the weekends in my towel and sit at my desk here and do some work. I don't do that anymore because I know that you can record remotely from the cameras.
Well, it's going to show up on this if I'm in here.
Yeah.
So if you walk in, just kind of peek around.
Right, okay.
And if you see stuff happening,
be wary of me wearing a towel sitting here. Because, you know,
I don't want to see that. So it's
my big fat ass sitting here in a towel, probably playing Cut the Rope on my computer.
Work. Cut the rope. I don't want to see that. So what you will see stuff happening on here, and it will get shut down really, really fast.
What?
And then you're going to get a text that says, "You're good. Let me know when you're done."
So I've gotten older and I've gotten fatter, which is not a shock to anybody. So I decided that, like, towel wise, I don't like the standard like towels, so I've had to get like the huge ones, like the beach towels and stuff like that that I dry off with. That way I'm not, because if you put a standard towel around me, I'm like, I could just like let a burp or a fart, and if you tuck it around, it'll just pop and drop, pop and drop.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to see that at this point.
Well, and who doesn't just want a big towel?
Right? And then you get the real fuzzy ones.
Oh, and I mean, that's pretty much I either buy the beach ones or like the really, really large bath towels.
Right.
And,
so,
I mean, they're more like a blanket. If it ever got real cold, you could use them, use them for that. But, it's...
So if you tune into the cameras on Saturday or Sunday mornings, anywhere between 9 and 11 o'clock, you might just see me sitting here in my towel.
If people tip us with enough stars, I'll turn everything on.
Hey, we're about to go live. And it's me probably sitting here eating a granola bar, just working in a towel.
Luckily, the little podcast round podcast sign to be covering a lot of what what you got going on up. Maybe not all of it, but it would cover a good portion.
Be generous with the little blur out thing, like please. Like
I will. I'll just blur like the whole bottom,
just like my whole right
corner
leg.
of the screen.
I appreciate that.
No, just all the way across.
Pixelate the whole thing. Just pixelate the whole thing. All right, now that we're back live. So I went to the fair on Saturday night. The Satellite County Youth and 4-H Fair. Youth and whatever. Youth. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Such a weird fucking name.
Well, it is. I haven't seen one kid in a pen there.
I know. Pen them all up, too. Little bastards.
For sure.
So we walk in this goddamn fair, and I know it used to be more expensive, but they need to do a la carte pricing. Because if you're there, I know they're the one-stop pricing.
No, that's not advantageous to anyone.
$120 to get us all in. Literally, I walk up to the lady, and I had cash. That's all the cash I had on me, $120, because there were, my two kids, her two kids, and her. $120 goddamn dollars. And I said to the lady, I'm like, you realize that's expensive, right? She's like, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. And so, Jada, I'm like, where does this money go? How much of it goes to the kids that actually participate and show all this shit here?
None.
And I'm like, that's $120. Literally, if you were to make $20 an hour, $120 is what less than you would bring home in one full 8-hour shift after taxes.
Yeah.
And everything else. $120 to get 6 people in. $20 a person. Fucking ridiculous. And I'm going to call out the school board or the fair board. What the fuck are you people thinking? Like, but you know what? Still, I see all these dipshits there that always claim they have no fucking money, but they're there 3 times during the week with their kids, all their little crotch goblins running around. Like, maybe this is their whole budget for the year. I can hope that. Maybe I'll put some faith back in humanity. These people tend to live better than I do. They don't work. They don't, whatever. They have lots of kids, or they work remedial jobs.
Is that the carnies? Because we've got a comment. Carnies, Yahoo.
Right. So anyway, $20 a goddamn person to get in. I can tell you, we did a back-to-back comparison. Went to the Demolition Derby, not a bad show. However, he had to stall for 45 minutes in the middle of it just to stretch the show out because they don't have the cars like they used to.
No, well, for one thing, the cars that they have don't last.
So 45 minutes he stretched out the middle of the show just to make it last till 10 o'clock. And the announcer guy, I don't know who he is, but God bless his soul, terrible to listen to. And I actually asked, I'm like, I'm not this bad, am I? No, I was told. You're actually worth listening to. I'm like, thank God.
I mean, nobody did listen to you, but
right, but and just way too much money. $20 a goddamn. Why? I didn't ride a ride. I'm too fat for the goddamn swings. What the fuck do I want to ride the rides for?
Well, here's what
most embarrassing moment I've ever had. I talked about it on a podcast. Got into swings. Nope, you're too fat for them.
Here's the problem with what we have going on with the fair is the thing that should be the main attraction, which is the kids and their animals and exhibits, are not the reason people go. And I can't imagine that fairgrounds is easy to keep up, but they don't do another damn thing with it all year.
And right, is that your buddies isn't the Big Rock Amusements, is it? Because they can go fuck themselves.
No.
Did you know what those games cost now? Even you got to shell out a $10 bill just to play any of those fucking games.
Well, they can't give away, they can't just, all their stuff that they ordered from Temu didn't come in.
It's
Temu.
all ridiculous. And walking around the Midway, just what a depressing sight.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This really is one of the worst counties on the face of the earth.
Well, I've never thought that the fair was ever. Well, I take this back. It used to be when you could pay like $3 or $5 to get into the fair, and then you bought tickets to ride rides. That was the great part, but the bad part about that was, it wasn't a bad part. The carnival attractions did not feel that they made enough money at our small fairs. So what they started doing is they started bringing less and less attractions to it, and then people are buying less things. They didn't want people there. Nobody wanted to come here to supply the rides. You also have this thing now where it used to be they had the demolition derby and all this other stuff where they didn't have to pay for they weren't shelling out money for the entertainment at the grandstand, but they do now. They bring in acts, they bring in these they bring in these motorcycle races that charge the fair to run the races, and where it used to be
it's extremely
simple.
dire. I did enjoy the Derby. I did. At its root, it wasn't terrible, but let me tell you, the Santa County Fair, and they were policing this, alcohol, no alcohol, signs up everywhere. What a night and day difference between the feel, the everything, the festivities, the joy, the sheer joy of the Huron County Fair versus the fucking Santa County Fair, though. I got the juxtaposition of back-to-back weeks of seeing that, and I can tell you what, Huron County's doing it right, man. Plus, their pricing's $10 if you want to get into the fair, $10, an additional $10 if you want to see the grandstand show. How fucking complicated is that? It's not.
It's not.
It's not complicated at all.
The only thing it does do is it requires more volunteers, which we saw. They had no shortage.
Oh, at the Santa County Fair?
No, at the...
Huron County, they had no shortage, and they were all happy. Santa County, they were all fucking assholes.
Yeah, well...
Probably because they got assholes like me beating them up about the price every day. Because I did.
Well, do you know how often they must hear that when a family comes in? I mean, we stopped going to the fair years ago because the boys didn't care about it anymore. I sure as hell wasn't going to pay $20 to go in and walk around to see all the... I wasn't going to ride a ride.
So I enjoyed the Derby, and we walked through a few of the barns to see the animals. I enjoy that. But the Midway can go fuck itself. I have no interest in riding the rides. I don't want to have to pay the all-inclusive fee to ride the rides. I'm too fat for all of them anyway, so I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Plus, they all just go in circles. Well,
they're vomit machines.
Ugh. Kind of thrill is there in that? So, anyway, yeah, Big Rock Amusements, go fuck yourself. $10 for an elephant ear, too. $10 for an elephant ear.
Seriously?
Yeah, $10 for an elephant ear.
Well, what are they charging these vendors to come in there?
I don't know.
It's got to be horrendous.
The Fair Board really needs to fucking rethink all this shit. And I know some people that are on it, and you can't talk to them because they've all been brainwashed. They all think... It's not like the fair is going to be a losing money proposition if they change some things around, I feel like.
Well, you can buy the week pass or whatever is fairly, if it's $20 a day to go in there and it's 6 days, that's actually a pretty good deal because I think it was $60.
No, that's not terrible then.
And I believe they did have because you got a wristband to ride the rides, right?
Yeah.
I believe they do have an option when you're buying the week pass to not ride the rides. But I'm not even positive of that. Oh, and just so if anybody's wondering, allergies can go fuck themselves.
Man, we're just fucking a lot of things today. But yeah, so the fair, and we went because it was Silent N's birthday last week and she wanted to do something and thought the Derby would be a good thing. And then, of course, my kids, Ben was loathsome and left early, which is fine. He can drive because we took her car and my truck, so we let him drive home in the car. But he had said he had band camp all week and he was tired. He just wanted to go home. He stuck it out for a little bit of it. But Natalie was not so interested. And the Derby finale was amazing, though. Those cars, I've never seen cars less. They do it totally different now than back when I used to participate in the derbies or had friends that participated in them. Then we took mostly stock cars and you just took all the glass out of them and
yep.
Now they fucking have all kinds of reinforcements and
well, they have to.
They're running $30,000 engines and everything else.
Dude, a Dodge Neon has to have reinforcements to go down the road just about, let alone hit another car.
Right.
They are not going to do well in those things without that. So,
but it was a lot of fun. But also, just another nostalgic part of everything goes. for $20 a goddamn ticket. You know, I remember back when I was a young lad, Cedar Point cost $18 to get into.
Yeah.
Cedar Point.
And I can remember the last time I went there, I think it was 40. But that is 10 a.m. to midnight of being able to ride top-notch rides.
Right.
And it's been a while since I've been there. I think it's in the 50s or 60s now
Yeah,
to get in.
$20 for the goddamn Sound Lake County Youth and 4-H Fair.
Yeah, it's horseshit. Total crap.
Then, of course, the Sound Lake Broadcasting had their Marlette RV sponsored studio there, which windows were pretty deep tinted. It kind of was disturbing.
Well, they probably should be.
Right. I didn't see anybody there, but yeah.
So we have a comment that the final sucked and that there was a lot of sandbaggers.
That is accurate.
That is one thing I will say, too, about the Huron Community Fair is in that
In the redneck truck races, no sandbaggers.
So they actually said they weren't doing a derby anymore because there weren't enough cars out there to support it. And
right.
From what I heard, you saw that at Sandusky. Like, it wasn't very big.
So the big cars only had 3 heats of, I believe, 6. So what, 18 cars? No. 3 heats of 8, maybe. So 12 made the, I think it was 15 made the final. And yeah, that DF7, what a sandbagger that guy was. He finally got nailed and stuck into position. And that was the only way to kill that car, though, because that guy had a killer motor in that thing. And he didn't hit anybody all night. And then he made it to the final. He made it to the final 4. But yeah, I say the final was good because the end of the final was amazing, is what I'm talking about.
If you do want to call us and let us know your thoughts on this, 810-294-0455. We forgot to mention that earlier.
You can give us your thoughts on anything.
Call that number. Or text us. Let us know your thoughts. Or put it in the chat. Whatever the hell you want to do. We are equal opportunity.
We'll take advantage of anything we can get at this point, because I've already gone through all my notes, and we're only halfway through the second episode for the week.
Oh, I've got bitches.
I've got hoes.
Although for some reason I'm not connected to your
I've got hoes.
Not connected to your Wi-Fi. Do you know your password off the top of the
Area
head?
codes, I do. Area codes. Hose. Hose.
Here, put your password in.
Or I can just do that.
Just put it in. Use the new phone, Phil.
Just
don't throw it under a lawnmower.
Just tap it home.
But yeah, if you want to call us and let us know your thoughts on the Sand Lake County Fair. And
you are now erected to my internet.
If by chance you happen to be at the Sand Lake County and the Huron County Fair, let us know what your thoughts are on between the two of them. If you notice some of the same things we did.
Yeah, am I bitching just a bitch, or am I a bitch, or am I? Are these warranted? Are these valid? Big shout out to the Knights of Columbus Eat Stand, though, for keeping prices awesome.
Yeah.
Very affordable to eat there. So I appreciate that, because everything else on the Midway, don't get anything on the Midway except for you have to buy the elephant ear, and you're just stuck. Like, fuck.
Are they at least big enough that you can share it between a few people?
No, fuck no. They're the size of, one of those cheap paper plates, the white ones. They cover all of that, and that's it. They used to like drape over one of those. Do you know what I mean? Like fold over the edges, kind of like me when I sit in this chair in my towel after I take a shower. You just gotta.
Oh, that is not a visual I needed.
But now they barely take up the plate.
I'm never turning the cameras on remotely again.
I'm never turning the remote cameras on again.
Oh boy.
Right?
So, last week I bitched about deer.
Deers.
This week I unrelated but related, my car insurance renewed.
Oh shit. Did yours go up about 20% too?
20%. No,
Mine went up 20%.
you are very lucky. Do you just have the one vehicle on there?
No, I have two.
So,
So I get a multi-car discount.
well, depending on what you paid before, apparently they gave, and it's prorate, like it changes per vehicle, but your first vehicle, in order to pay off a whole bunch of things, like remember the $400 we got and all that? Part of that,
From Whitmer?
yeah, part of that was, there was that and another portion of this that they're allowing the insurance companies to pay off by adding $48 a month per vehicle to your car insurance. And if you have a second vehicle, it's a little cheaper. If you have a third, it's a little cheaper. But what a crock of shit.
So my one car went from 72 a month, from 74 a month to 91 a month. My other car, my truck, went from 140 a month to 165 a month.
So they probably spread it between the two of them. Mine went up.
Which still, I used to have a really, back 20 years ago, have a baller ass car and my payment was 165 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the whole car insurance thing has gotten out of hand here.
What a scam.
What happened to when they passed all this stuff and it was supposed to be like, oh, you can get car insurance way cheaper now. Way cheaper car
We
insurance.
are the
for
most
everyone.
expensive state to insure vehicles in the country.
And I was
when I
talking-
was in Washington, higher percentage of accidents, higher percentage of everything, half the price to insure a car in the state of Washington than here.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
also have no fault. So
So Michigan is by far the worst state. So I was talking.
Period.
I was talking to.
period. I'm fucking moving.
I've thought about it. Tennessee is nice this time of year.
Dude, Washington was awesome.
So
Pennsylvania was better, but it was full of even more assholes than here.
I have a friend who moved to Tennessee, and he's like, "Yeah, his birthday came around, and he's
No
like,
state
yeah,
income tax.
that," and he went to
Or
register his.
is it sales tax or income tax there? I think it's an income tax there.
No income tax.
Yeah.
So he went to. It was his birthday, so he went up to the DMV, Secretary of State, to get new plates, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, happy birthday to you! A couple $100." He's like, "Nope, 3 vehicles. What do you think it ran him?
I'm going to say 3 vehicles, $140.
$52."
So state of Washington, same thing. Although you do have to get vehicles inspected there, just emissions. So emissions are going to cost you $40, but it's every other year. And then to renew my plates out there, most expensive vehicle I had to renew plates was $62 for the year.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, we get screwed here in Michigan. Thank you to our state government. So yeah, I was my monthly bill on my insurance went from like $140 something a month to it was $148 and it went to $278.
Holy shit! Mine went from 210 to 260, 270.
Yeah.
210 to 260. Still crazy. I'm going to call and bitch tomorrow.
It is.
Actually, it's time to switch. What you have to do is you pretty much have to switch every couple of years.
I usually do, and I did check
Because they get fat and happy, and cable companies do the same thing to you, cable providers, if you have not cut the cord. They just keep increasing your prices.
I did check, and I can go to like Progressive. I have Nationwide right now. I can go to Progressive.
Is it on your side?
No. It's straight up my ass.
Nationwide is up your ass.
But I can go there. I can go to Progressive, and I'll save. It takes it down to like $200 a month. So it's a pretty significant drop.
And then you'll have to go back to Nationwide in 2 years. And
Exactly.
yeah, you got to play the fucking game.
The thing is that I don't like is with Nationwide, I have an agent that
Progressive, you don't.
with Progressive, you don't.
So
And
I had to do Progressive because of some of my transgressions when I first moved back here. I had to do the SR 61 or whatever the fuck they called it in Washington, and Progressive was one of the only companies nationwide that would do that since I was living here in Michigan, and they suck balls. As far as if you ever needed anything done, But if you don't have any problems, it's fine. If you just want to be legal and don't want to ride dirty, then it's fine. But right now I go through State Farm, and those motherfuckers. All you need to know about State Farm and how much money they're making is how many State Farm ads do you see everywhere.
Patrick Mahomes.
And if they're putting out that much money for advertisement and ads,
they're making way too much. So
right.
How do you afford to bring in? Because who have I seen in some of their commercials? They've had
Andy Reid, Patrick
Mahomes, and somebody else in there too.
And Jake went from white to black.
Yeah. Don't know how.
Still wearing the khakis, but
is that a DEI hire?
I like them both. I like both Jakes. I'm not bitching, but I'm just saying, like, are we not supposed to notice that Jake went from a white dude to a black dude?
Well, I suppose there could be more than one Jake.
So that's valid, I guess. It's
when
Jake from State Farm.
We bring in the Glory Hole Cowboy again. He's going to be.
Wasn't he angry about that?
Asian chick.
I love this shtick. We should do this.
We need to bring in an Asian chick as the Glory Hole Cowboy.
Get a black Stetson hat for her.
Yes.
And then make her wear the same the hook around the hook around
the over the ear beard.
Yeah. Not the beard, the headphones, and be like, all right, joining us tonight, the Glory Hole Cowboy. How you doing, Glory Hole Cowboy? I would love for her to have an Asian accent too, though.
Oh, that would be great. I'm sure she could, even if she didn't.
It'd almost be like the shtick. Have you remember from The Office, where what's his name, the Asian dude?
Oh, Asian Jim.
Jim. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's good. Hey, and Dwight's all confused. Like, well, good for you for not seeing race.
Oh, so good. So good. So, yeah, we'll have to do that.
We'll still credit it to the Glory Hole Cowboy, so he'll get episode appearances, because as of right now, being that baby GHC is only is about 2 months old, the next time GHC is slated to be on the show is
17 years. And
wait, let me do some quick math here. Bo carry the 2. It's 2024. I'm going to say 2041. 2041.
Yeah.
Next time GHC will grace us with his presence.
And maybe early 2042.
Emily will still be working every day at the Blue.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be status quo.
The party's always there.
Yeah, for sure.
Even when the party should be home.
Oh, so bad. So bad.
I feel for the guy. I really do. I still say, like, I don't want this, but, like, literally my son could have a kid in about 3 or 4 years, which he'd be 19 or 20 years old, and that kid would be in high school, my grandchild, the same time as GHC's kid.
Yes. The same for me. I mean,
yeah,
my oldest turns 24 at the end of this month.
Right.
So he's well within that range.
Oh, jeez. He's beyond that range for most people anymore.
Yeah, he's getting a little old. He should probably.
Yeah, he's a little long in the tooth for firing one into somebody. Yeah. Jesus.
He's kind of a spinster now.
Yeah. Women are going to look at him and be like, what's wrong with you? You don't have any kids?
He's actually been dating his girlfriend for just over 4 years, I believe.
That is really the norm now, though. I mean, a lot of these, I would say 60 to 70% of young adults now between the age of 18 and 20, I would say 60 to 70% between the age of 18 and 23 have a kid. 22, probably 18.
It's got nothing to do with me, okay?
You don't need listeners. You don't need listeners like that.
You don't.
You don't need listeners like that.
You got me.
Oh, boy.
You got me.
It's the Roto-Tiller guy.
I cannot believe some jackass from Reese has caused all this strife.
No, that's not true.
Is it me?
I can pretty much guarantee from either side you look at it, the jackass is from Deckerville. Yep. Oh, jackasses.
I'm just doing what Phil does.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
I stand by everything.
Shit, if this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potato.
I stand by everything I did or said. I don't have any problem with any of it.
So I don't either.
What hurts the most is I was actually defending him, like, because I don't like brotherly love, like, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No one else gets to pick on him.
No.
I get to pick on him.
Yeah, but everybody else stay away.
Right.
But no, we'll digress. We'll digress.
I guess I'll be doing games for Thumb Tailgater Sports here pretty soon, so.
Yeah.
By the way, I've actually bought an ad for us for our podcast for Thumb Tailgater Sports.
Oh, that's beautiful. Hopefully it gets mixed in with the station. Just somehow by chance.
Because apparently we can no longer be part of whatever because we've run down station sponsors too much. Schneeburgers. But that's an Aspire. Aspire, as Bob would say. Aspire. So, yeah, so we're not team players because we cannot be on the station and disparage the people that are making the station. Notice how I say this, the station money. How much money have they made?
What the fuck? What the fuck? The fuck?
How much money have they made, you or I?
Oh, yeah. 0. Hell, I couldn't even get paid for the stuff I did when I worked there. It was a constant battle. So, yeah, I'm over it, though.
We digress.
We do digress. So, we got a DJ this weekend.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I know you're not upset about that, really.
No.
It's should be a good party.
So
Big reception.
this will be our third time at this venue, third or fourth?
My
Fourth for you, third for me.
Yeah.
Always a good time. I know that we always have good food. It is supposed to rain on Saturday, though. Have you looked at the forecast?
I did, and yeah, it's weird because the percentage keeps dropping a little bit every day, and my hope is that it's going to be one of those morning things, and by evening it'll be gone. But it's really unclear, and it was supposed to rain all day today.
I see no rain.
No rain. So they're not good at that anymore. The only I haven't
For
asked
fuck's
Glenn.
sake, so I, Glenn, I'm not being disrespectful, Glenn. But this Yahoo they have up there at Cruise 102, he says, have you listened to this guy? Have you listened?
I have not.
When he says meteorologist, he says meteorologist. I swear to fucking God.
Nice.
He says meteorologist. Because I only listen to Cruise now. Have I told you that? Or WHNN? I've not listened to Sound Like Broadcasting
We've had that discussion.
in a couple months.
I other than Tigers games, I don't either.
So I do listen to Tigers games. On occasion, when her kids are in the vehicle, I'll turn on 92.5 because they like country. And it's not because I want it. It's because it pacifies them.
Right.
Because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they're less likely to quabble because they're listening to the music.
People like country.
You know, we've had this discussion before. Music is good if you enjoy it and you think it's good, so it doesn't matter.
True. That is true.
We know if you delve into music theory, then we know. But yeah,
I have a theory that country's not that good, but that's my theory.
and God damn it, if you know what, this country was founded on your right to have that opinion.
Yes.
And God bless America.
America. I don't hate all country. I do appreciate
You
some
do
country.
love. We've talked about this. We've talked about this ad nauseum, like especially like the classics from the 50s and 60s. Like you enjoy that because that's the bedrock for a lot of even rock and roll. Because country predated rock and roll technically in a way, but rock and roll's a kind of a mix of the blues, jazz, as well as country.
Unfortunately, playing for so many years has made me kind of a music snob. So I always look at everything from the technicality of it, not necessarily the oh, that's a good party song or a good drinking song. I mean, I appreciate that from a DJing standpoint,
Right.
but not from a music appreciation standpoint. So that's my story on that is I don't hate all country music, but I do not appreciate most of it.
One thing we can agree upon, Cardi B drowns puppies.
Yes.
We haven't talked about that in a long time.
No, but she still does.
Still out there drowning puppies, Cardi B.
Bob Barker's up there somewhere so pissed off. He just wanted him spayed and neutered. Simple.
Cardi B drowns puppies. Iggy Azalea's out there drowning her panties.
Yeah.
You'll have that.
So I wonder how many people that have tuned in think that the
She's Australian.
call or text us sign
This first.
is written up there, but it's not. Look,
How am I doing?
Phil's hand's behind it.
Oh.
Well, no, yeah, there you go. I wanted to show that it's a computer graphic. Computers.
Is that AI?
Yes.
As if?
AI. I really want to get us an AI girlfriend. If anybody wants to,
I got a girlfriend. She goes to art school.
I've put a lot of time into
I got an art school girlfriend, yeah.
I put a lot of time into our new setup here, so I haven't had a chance to finish our AI girlfriend.
I tell you what, this studio has become a beast because it's become way more than I ever thought it would be. Between all of the lighting, the camera mounts, having a beer fridge, having a lava lamp, and now having a monitor up here, as well as a permanent setup for all this.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Dude, I think we're to the point, I don't know what they do, but I want a key grip. I have no idea what the hell a key grip does, but we need one. Anybody want to be our key grip?
Did they hold onto your keys?
Tightly.
Yes. Well, you don't want to hold on loosely.
No.
Don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose control.
That is true.
38 Special taught me that.
Yeah. I used to sing that song when we played it. Poorly. I used to sing it poorly.
I used to sing it poorly.
Poorly.
Man, we used to have guests too. Huh.
Yeah, that's a lonely table over there.
Yep.
Just like to let Cookie and the GHC and the One Ball Wonder Jr. and the JTK.
And who else has been up here? There was Emily has been in studio. Hell, who else can we call out? We can call out even Brian, yeah. Trying to think of other people that have been up here.
The Grumpy Griller.
The Grumpy Griller, yeah. Well, he's recovering, which God bless you, buddy. Get better soon.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll be better real soon. We've had
So real quick before we get out of here, I don't want to shortchange because we went live a little late. But we did get a couple of items that I'm going to bring up here real quick. A couple of items that we need to go through for the
Antique Shit Show.
Antique Shit Show.
New segment, Antique Shit Show. I don't think we've explained it this episode. I think we explained it last episode.
Yes. So, the Antique Shit Show, you send us what you think is worthy of us going through and discussing. And what we will do is we will go through and we will come up with a backstory for it. And we will come up with a appraisal for it, just like the Antique Roadshow, but it's the Antique Shit Show. So, I'm just going to pull these down here real quick.
Hold on a minute while I whip this out. There's never a bad time for a Blazing Saddles reference.
Never.
Where are all the white women at?
Sorry, I'm being slow.
I sense this. I've already moved on to the next segment.
That's all right.
Huh. This place isn't integrated yet. Don't tell them you're Jewish, Wang.
Oh boy, such a good movie.
It's a parking lot. We could probably just watch Caddyshack and review it on an episode. Like live stream and review Caddyshack. I'd be cool with that.
All right, I'm going to bring this over here. Oh, and of course it did that.
What the hell is that?
That's what we're going to find out here in a second.
Is that an old school fork cleaner?
Could be. That's what we have to decide. Well, how'd that get over there?
All right. I'm looking at this mechanism that has a fork stuck in it that looks very springy with a handle.
So I'm going to bring it up with... So yeah, there's this thing, which is, like you say, fork with a springy thing on it and the handle. So my belief is that this is a Civil War era fork cleaning whisk. You can actually clean your fork with it after you whisk like eggs or anything like that. Approximate value, there were very few made. It's silver plated, which led a lot of people to and a high mercury content. So
very high mercury content.
Led a lot of people
very high
to go mad. And so this is what they call the Mad Hatter whisk, is what I believe. I don't know if you buy that or not.
The Mad Hatter whisk. I kind of like it. I kind of dig it.
It's what I think anyways.
All right. So, this is bona fide Americana right here. This piece right here dates back to just after the Revolutionary War. This piece right here, 1795 was the invention of what this is. The fork had only been in existence for maybe 50 to 100 years at this point. It was vastly becoming a very superior utensil once we broke away from the tyranny of Asia and chopsticks. But the problem with forks was the cleanliness of them. So what this is actually a method to align the molecules and the chi of a fork to clean it in a sterile method by magnetization. So this is actually silver, as you see, has the spirals, and what you want to do is you want to twist the fork around, and it aligns all the molecules and magnetically cleans the fork, sterilizes it for future use.
Magnetically.
So this particular specimen right here, if this is the shape it's in right now, this date and age from 1795, I'm going to value this right around $700 to $1,100.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so that's our magnetic aligning fork cleaning system.
It's a method of sterilization.
I believe from the Civil War era. What era did you say it was from?
1795.
So we're
67
we're
years
close.
before the Civil War.
We're pretty close in there. So this is our next object that was sent to us. And this was all very short notice today. So I'm hoping we'll get more people to send through weird objects for the Antique Shit Show. But I was pretty happy to get two for the very first
inaugural edition of the
yes.
Antique Shit Show.
Yes. So this happens to be from a 1970s sitcom, and from the great show That's My Puss. and it is a plush octopus. And that's what it was known as, is the pink puss.
You're right.
But it's a plush octopus that it actually had in the underside of it, underneath of it, it had a storage compartment that a lot of college students used to
hide their
store
weed.
illicit drugs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure other things. It was quite a cavern in there.
Prophylactics as well as other things that tickled your fancy.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the octopus from That's My Puss.
And what year? What year did you say?
1970s era sitcom.
Okay.
It aired an hour after the Brady Bunch.
So I'm looking at the shading of the eyes and the stitching, and this is classic mid-1960s metal flake design. If you look at those eyes, there's a very big thing. Metal flake design. This was from actually a campaign that a ill-forgotten, long-forgotten restaurant chain, Howard Johnson, put forth, where they actually served calamari. So they wanted you to be friendly with it and wanted you to be in tune and in touch with the calamari, knowing that it's a good thing. So they actually gave these out to kids. If you got a punch card, if you bought 5 orders of calamari, you got one of these. And this is actually called Callie the Octopus. And if you got the lightly deep fried calamari, you got one of these units with the metal flake eyes you see there. And, this is actually a decent looking specimen of this. Normally the fur's a lot more matted because, the 70s were tough times. A lot of sticky shit happened in the 70s. So I'm gonna value this at what I'm seeing right now from Howard Johnson and from calamari that they used to lightly deep fry and serve and want kids to be interested in. This specimen right here, I would say between $60 to $80.
See, my estimation on it, because over 7 million of these were made, and the fact that it was just the 70s and it was such a popular TV show, it really has no intrinsic value to any collectors because they're a dime a dozen. They're at every resale shop.
So the problem is Howard Johnson's also had hotels attached to them. So a lot of times, if the kids acted up on the road trip afterwards, the kids would hold this stuffy near and dear to them because they had earned it through eating calamari. So the parent would threaten to throw it out the window and then have to follow suit. So there's only maybe about between 6,000 to 7,000 of these left in existence.
Well, and I gotta imagine with the metal flake eyes, some of those are starting to wear.
The wear and tear.
In this condition,
the wear and tear, and also don't forget the 70s with acid trips. Parents would see this in the corner of a room and just freak out. So they'd burn it. That's what happened, man. They'd light it on fire.
Oh, for sure.
And of course, this was not made with fire safe materials, so it would go up like a tinder box. Just
with as much as they fire retard things now,
right?
It I don't know. Do you think that really prevents a lot of fires?
I own a flamethrower, and I can tell you no.
What I want to know is when you have the kids, and this is, I totally derailed off of this segment. My attention span kicked in. When you have kids' Halloween costumes, the old plastic ones, they always said flame retardant on them.
Remember when they would suffocate you, like,
oh yeah, you had that little tiny slit in the mouth and 2 little nose holes in a Casper mask,
right?
But like, it always said flame retardant on it, and I thought, really?
But I'm a normal kid.
Really, the amount of flame that this could produce is not what scares me.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your inaugural edition of the Antique Shit Show. Honestly, that was all just from knowledge we have in our heads.
Well, I wouldn't call it knowledge.
Oh.
It's just from shit in our heads.
It was a shit show for sure.
So, it'll be nice when we have guests in here again, too, to do that and see what they come up with.
Oh, all values are estimated not to be taken as gospel, too.
So just a side note here on that octopus. I did look up exactly what it is.
Okay.
And, yeah, we were both really far off. It is a Walmart Jumbo Pink Octopus plush long XL arms. And they right now on eBay go from anywhere from $35 to $70.
So my value wasn't actually far off.
It wasn't. I don't think the eyes are metallic. I think that's good old-fashioned plastic.
It's not metal flake?
No. Nope, just good old-fashioned plastic.
Well, I apologize. You put me on the spot. I had to make something up.
Well, that's the whole point of it.
And I think I did okay for improv.
Well, absolutely. I really did like your magnetic molecule alignment.
Cleansing of a fork from 1795.
Yes. That sounds like the type of thing that they would have done. And then they would have told you that it cures what ails you.
Right? Stick this fork up your ass and put it on this thing. You'll be fine.
After you stick it up your ass, clean it off with this.
All the turds will align.
It'll be great. Oh, boy.
Well, how are we beeping with this episode? Because I gotta pee.
We are plenty good to get the hell out of here.
All right. Well, let's do that. Are we going live again tonight or no?
Yeah, we'll go live here again. We'll test this out. And,
we'll make some phone calls in the live when we.
Yeah, we'll make a couple calls. We'll make shit happen. We'll make shit happen. So let me bring this back.
Bring it back, y'all.
And get back to this.
Thank you for tuning in to the P&A Podcast Express, the inaugural edition of the Antique Shit Show. Send us your items. Send all of them. Send tons of them.
We just need a picture.
We'll sit here and break it down. Just a picture. We'll make up the rest.
You can text it. You can put it in the comments somewhere. Doesn't matter. Just
You
throw
can,
it
you
out
can
there.
send it via smoke signal. I don't care.
You can think it. If you can think it, you can be it. That's our PSA for the day. And don't forget, just because we go away, save this number because you can text that or call it anytime.
Text it anytime. Text it literally anytime. If you're on the toilet at 3 o'clock in the morning and you have a thought, text it to us. We want to know. We really, 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 really want to know.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you have a bidet.
He's Adam Filkins. I'm Phil Nickel from the Palm Street Studios here in lovely downtown Deckerville, as well as